show, so it's going to be great to get this real life, what's called laughter. It's awesome. So my name is Matt Weitzman. I'm one of the co-creators of American Dad. My pleasure. Thank you so much. Unfortunately for my dear writing partner, Mike Barker, he has had a child today. So he would be joining you and, mocking this whole entire session, but unfortunately he has other priorities. But joining us today is, our wonderful cast. Let's start with the, how do I say this? The indefatigable? I'm a writer. I should know these things. Mr. Seth MacFarlane. Playing both Roger and Stan, of course. In the cast of his wife, Mrs. Wendy Shaw. Playing Haley, Rachel MacFarlane. In the role of Steve, Mr. Scotty Grimes. And of course, our dear pet, Klaus, played by D. Bradley Baker. We have a couple of our writers here to play some of the supporting roles, starting with Eric Durbin, Steve Neely, and as our narrator for this wonderful table read that I'm so glad you guys are all here to share, Mr. Chris McKenna. Also our writer. So, let's jump in. Let me say, the title of this episode is The 42-Year-Old Virgin, and we will discover something about Stan that we didn't know about. And this was written by Menashe Khan, so who we love. So, all right, let's go. Whenever you're ready, Chris.
Act 1. Exterior city streets. A man holding a gun races down the street in a rundown section of the city. Stan, gun drawn, gives chase.
Stop! Stop! I know you can totally hear me.
Stan runs by a whore.
Good morning, whore.
The man ducks into an alley and skids to a stop at a bunch of trash cans in front of a brick wall, a dead end. Stan runs up, out of breath, gun aimed at the man.
Freeze! Put your hands in the air.
Suddenly the man whirls around, gun pointed at Stan. The screen goes white and we hear a gunshot. Exterior back alley, later. Yellow police tape marks off the crime scene as law enforcement personnel mill about. Stan and Bullock stand over the body of the now dead man.
Jameson LaCroix, weapons dealer, drug smuggler, corpse.
Bullock claps Stan on the back.
Well done, Smith. This brings your kill total up to 14. That's platinum level. And it means you get to pick tomorrow's lunch.
Bullock gestures to an agent who holds a thick binder filled with menus.
Quiznos! I choose Quiznos. Are you sure? We have many new takeout menus. No, toasted bread and melted cheese, Quiznos. Toasted bread and melted cheese, Quiznos.
Interior Smith House kitchen, evening. Stan sits at the table smoking a cigar and drinking a scotch as Steve, Snot, Barry, and Toshi pepper him with questions. In the background, a pissed-off Haley leans against the counter as Francine does dishes. Klaus floats in his bowl.
Oh, was he in a lot of pain?
His guts spill out?
Oh.
How would he get?
Toshi's subtitle reads, I have killed for both honor and pleasure.
Sorry, boys, I don't kill and tell. Part of the killer's code.
The boys all whoa and all.
Hey, I'll bet he sees his victims' faces every time he closes his eyes. And I'll bet they're all like, why? And he's all like, you know why.
Angle on Klaus, taking out a framed photo of a man that was hanging in his bowl and replacing it with one of Stan.
Stan has replaced Rutger Hauer on my wall and in my heart.
You guys are pathetic. You're idolizing a murderer.
Oh, yeah? Well, Baba Booey.
Stan and the boys all burst into hysterical laughter.
Yeah, what the hell does that mean?
Guy humor, Haley. You don't got a willy, you don't get
speaking of guy stuff, we were all talking about trying out for the gymnastics team at school.
I'll kill you if you do.
He totally will, too. He's so awesome.
Francine approaches, holding a bottle of scotch.
Kids, leave your father alone. The last thing he wants to do is relive every vivid, gruesome detail.
She leans across Stan to refill his glass, purposely thrusting her cleavage in his face.
Save that for the bedroom, my big, powerful killer.
Francine, you know I likes to get with the ladies, but right now I have to take a rain check. I'm playing poker tonight with a couple of guys from work. We need a fourth, so Chili's coming along.
Chili?
On cue, Roger enters wearing Oakley blades, visor, iPod, and gold rings on his right hand that spell out Chili. This will be his outfit for the rest of the episode.
You heard that right, baby? They call me Chili because I got ice in my veins.
We cut to a quaint suburban house in the basement. Roger sweats profusely as he sits at a poker table with Stan, Ray, who's 60s, a gruff Lou Grant type, face always dotted with pieces of tissue from shaving accidents, and Bad Larry, middle-aged, sweet, mild-mannered.
What's with these cards, Bad Larry? You're screwing me with these cards. Why can't I stop sweating?
Roger throws his cards down on the table.
Oh, sorry, Chili. I don't control the cards. If I did, well, I'd give you the best gosh darn ones there were.
Ray drops a chip into a bowl of guacamole in disgust.
Ah, Bad Larry, your wife made this guacamole? Usually the ugly ones can cook.
Ray, you're honest because you're old.
Bad Larry turns to Roger.
So, how do you and Stan know each other?
From work. We know each other from work.
Oh, well, that's where we know him from.
No, the coffee shop. I don't know. I'm trying to play a hand here.
Ray raises a glass to Stan.
Hey, Smith, mazel tov on the kill today. What'd you have to eat after?
I don't know.
You don't know? What the hell's wrong with you? I remember every meal I ate after every kill.
Whose deal is it? Come on, I'm in a big hole here. Huge, huge hole. Madonna, circa 1986. I'm in Madonna, circa 1986.
Bad Larry deals the cards.
Johnny Damone was my first kill. Slit his throat with a coping saw, then ate an egg salad sandwich. It was too big, I took home half.
Yeah. Yeah, you never forget your first. Mine was my old partner, Joe. Turned out he was working for the East Germans. While I was strangling him, I stuck my thumb in his eye socket, popped his eye out. Then, without severing the optical nerve, I turned it around so he could watch himself die.
They all stare at him.
My God, Bad Larry. One time I can't get a hand?
Roger throws down his cards, disgusted.
What about you, Stan? Who was your first?
Oh, now, I'm a gentleman. I never kill and tell.
Oh, come on, it's just us guys.
They all look at Stan, smiling. A beat, then Stan relents.
Okay. I shot a guy.
They wait for more.
Ooh, come on, we want the tales.
It was this Russian spy. You guys don't know him. He was from Canada.
Oh, yeah? Well, where'd you shoot him?
In the body.
Where in the body?
The front of the body.
They wait for him to continue. There's an awkward beat. Ray and Bad Larry exchange a look. Stan notices and nervously tries to fill the silence.
Hey, how about when you kill someone dead and afterwards your hands smell like wet dog?
Wet dog?
But you know what I mean. Something dog. Whose deal is it?
They all stare at him. Ray and Bad Larry share a look.
You didn't kill anyone today.
I don't think you've ever killed anyone.
Well, honey, I've totally killed people. Hey, anyone notice that Chili is really an alien?
You're a virgin.
I am not a virgin.
Big macho Stan is a killing virgin. You never popped your cherry.
They laugh and put their hands to their heads in disbelief. Stan leaps to his feet.
No, I just remembered I have to go perm my hair. I'm more approachable with curls.
Shame, Stan runs out.
Well, he's my ride, so I should get going too. It's probably a good thing since I've been getting complete cramp all night.
Roger suddenly is silent as he looked at his cards.
Who's in?
Fold.
Oh.
Damn it!
Cut to Stan's car at night. Roger drives, squinting through the window, looking for something. He sees a figure running in the road. It's Stan. Roger pulls up next to him and rolls down his window.
Don't look at me! I'm a disgrace!
Come on, Stan, get in the car. We have to talk about what happened.
Stan reluctantly gets in and shuts the door. Roger drives.
Now, should I have folded that pair of threes?
Roger, I've never killed anyone. Don't you want to know how that's possible?
Oh, yeah, sure. Now, we can talk about your thing first, I guess.
It all started when I was a rookie agent 20 years ago.
Now we'll cue the clip.
Following the spy for months and finally had him cornered.
Sorry, folks, spilled my beer. Sorry.
What are you doing? Don't shoot me in the stomach. That's stupid. It probably won't even kill me. Is this your first time or something? Oh my God, it is! You're terrible at it. You are terrible, and you'll never be any good. Never.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't pull the trigger. I just froze up. I took credit for the kill, but since then I've never been able to do the deed.
I thought you killed a bunch of people.
Not exactly. Stop! Stop! I know you can totally hear me. Good morning, whore. Freeze! Put your hands in the air.
Yep, I still got it. Hey, you're that virgin from the subway. How you been, virgin? I've been up and down myself. Sweet Lady Cancer took one of my nads.
We're back inside Stan's car in the present. Stan looks ashamed as Roger continues to drive.
Everyone thought I was this badass CIA agent, so I went with it. And that's who I became. For myself, my wife, and kids. Roger, they can never find out the truth. They'd be devastated.
Hey, don't worry. Your secret is safe with me. Look, I'll tell you one of mine, so we're even. I return stuff to the Gap all the time.
We cut to the Smith house living room the next morning. Stan comes downstairs to find Francine, Steve, and Haley waiting for him. Steve points at him accusingly.
Liar!
Damn it, Roger!
No, your whole life has been a lie. You're not a killer of men. You're a killer of the truth.
Look, Steve, it's not...
You made me look like a real jerk. I'm a jerk. You know what it's like to be made a jerk of? Been walking around my whole life wondering who the jerk is, and then BAM! I'm the jerk. You made me a jerk, Pop. Aren't we a fine pair, the jerk and the guy who made him a jerk?
Before Stan can respond, Haley throws her arms around him, enveloping him in a big hug.
Oh, Daddy, I just knew you couldn't be a cold-blooded killer. I'm so proud of you.
No!
Why don't you come with me to the Citizens Protest Caucus? Together, we'll pick blueberries for peace.
Klaus hurls the framed picture of Stan at Stan's head, narrowly missing him and smashing against the wall.
I loved you.
Everyone, just relax. So Stan hasn't killed anyone. He's still the same person he was last night. It's just our opinion of him that's changed.
Interior Cloak and Stagger bar, day. Roger, still as chilly, sits on a stool, sipping a drink. A furious Stan enters and crosses over to him.
You told them I'm a killing virgin?
Stan, come on, I'm a gossip. I reveal people's darkest secrets so I can seem momentarily interesting. You know who else does that? Haley.
Ray and Bad Larry enter.
What are you guys doing here?
Chili called us this morning.
Yeah, we were all talking and we agreed. You can't go on being a virgin.
which is why we're gonna take you out and get you your first kill.
Bad Larry claps a surprised Stan on the back.
And you'll be doing your killing with this.
Roger whips out a stick with a rabid ferret duct tape to it. It snaps ferociously. The guys just look at Roger.
No? All right, then everyone scoot back. I gotta whack this thing on the ground.
End of Act 1. Act 2, exterior parking lot, early evening. Stan, Roger, Ray, and Bad Larry get out of Stan's car. Stan is clearly nervous.
I don't know about this, guys.
Hey, pal, relax. We brought you to the best place in town.
Reveal they're outside a bar called End of the Road. The neon sign shows a person crying into a martini.
Inside are the most pathetic people in the city with nothing to live for. It's like Applebee's with a bar. Oh, wait, no, Applebee's has a bar. It's like Applebee's.
They walk up to the entrance. Stan fidgets nervously.
Come on, buddy. You're gonna get lucky tonight. I can feel it.
Just go in there, have a beer, and stab someone in the neck.
Interior End of the Road bar. Later, the place is full of older, depressed-looking people sitting at little tables for one. Pan over to Stan, Ray, and Bad Larry at a table. Roger walks over with a middle-aged woman.
Stan, look who I met at the bar. This is Gladys. She's 46, never been married despite years of trying. Had a hysterectomy, so even if she does find that special someone, there's no chance she'll have kids. You should kill her.
I can't. She's too tall. I don't want to kill anyone too tall.
The guys roll their eyes. We do a time cut to Stan, Ray, and Roger sitting at the table as Bad Larry brings over a depressed-looking guy.
Everyone, this is James. Found him curled up under the dart machine, smelling of urine and despair. His sport jacket, as you can see, is made of newspaper. He keeps mumbling that he'd rather die than pay that whore alimony, which in my book is a green light.
You guys want me to shoot a guy named James? As in Jim? Like Jim Davis, the guy who opened up his heart and gave us Garfield?
They all sigh frustrated. We do a time cut to Stan, Roger, and Bad Larry sitting at the table as Ray brings another guy over.
This is Mark. He created that TV show Quintuplets.
They all turn and stare at Stan.
Me likey the one where they went to the prom.
Ray and Bad Larry groan.
Oh, that one was terrible. They were all terrible.
Exterior Smith driveway night. Stan and Roger pull up in Stan's car.
That was awful. I can't stand the whole bar scene.
Hey, it was your first night out there. You'll find the right one soon.
Stan and Roger walk up the front path towards the house.
How will I know it's the right one?
Oh, you'll know. When you find the one, you just know.
You seem awfully knowledgeable about this. Have you ever,
Well, I served in the war.
There was a space war?
Space war? No, I fought for the Viet Cong in the late 60s. I've told you that story, right? Well, the end of it is we won.
Interior Smith living room continuous. Stan and Roger enter to find Steve sitting on the couch, drinking beer in his underwear.
Steve, what are you doing?
Drinking beer in my underwear.
Put that down and go put on some clothes this instant.
Or you can shut up.
Stan is shocked. Roger looks back and forth between the two.
This is a little uncomfortable.
Roger pulls up a chair, cracks a beer, and settles in.
There we are.
I'm your father. You can't talk to me that way.
Yeah? What you gonna do? Kill me?
Maybe Steve is your one.
I can't kill my own son.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Now I refer you back to my previous statement. Shut up!
The doorbell rings. Steve waves at Stan dismissively.
Get the door.
Boy, he is rough on you. He is elephant making love to a cat rough on you.
Roger heads upstairs. Stan opens the front door, revealing Randy, a regular-looking guy in his early 30s.
Hi. Sorry to disturb you. My name's Randy. I just moved in with my mom down the street.
Just then, an empty beer can hits Stan in the head. He tries to ignore it. Another can hits him in the head.
I'm throwing empties at your head.
I was recently released from prison, and the law requires me to tell everyone within a 2-mile radius that I'm a registered sex offender.
A shower of peanuts hits Stan.
I threw peanuts at you.
I used to work over at the water park where I molested a ton of kids. But now I'm out, so we'll see what happens.
Sorry, my mind's a million miles away. Now, what are you selling?
Hey, shut the door.
In the background, Steve walks into frame, still in his underwear.
You're letting all the air out.
Randy's eyes widen at the sight of Steve.
So smooth. Can I come in? I would very much like to come in. I would like to be in your home.
Steve marches up, not having heard any of this, pushes Stan out of the way, and slams the door. Steve sticks a finger in Stan's chest.
Chicken strips on a TV tray in 5 minutes or I'm kicking your ass.
Interior Stan and Francine's bedroom later. Stan enters to find lit candles all around the room. Francine waits in bed, wearing a sexy negligee, holding a glass of champagne.
Sir, you know you're not in your house, right? I, however, clearly think that I'm in my house.
Hey, killer. There's my killer. How was the kill? Do you need to wash the blood off your hands? Better yet, don't.
Well, I didn't actually kill anyone. I tried to find the right person, but...
Immediately, Francine extinguishes the candles, pours the champagne into the plant, and throws on a heavy wool nightgown, all while she says,
You know, I'm tired. I have a headache. I have a lot of work to do. My back hurts. It's my time of the month, and I have an early meeting.
She quickly throws the bed covers over herself, and we hear a mechanical hum.
Too embarrassed to do it now.
That's my pencil sharpener. Just... Just sharpening my pencils for my meeting tomorrow.
Stan hangs his head in shame. Exterior suburban house, day. Stan, Roger, Ray, and Bad Larry walk up the pathway towards a house. Roger holds a 12-pack of Tecate.
All right, Stan. Now, don't be nervous. This place is a sure thing.
I'm gonna do it this time, guys. I can just feel it.
Good. Now, if you start to feel nervous, just picture them naked. If you start to get really nervous, make them naked. Still nervous? You get naked. You can do whatever you want. You're killing these people.
They knock on the door, and the leader, a man wearing a white robe, dark sneakers, and a plastic bag on his shaved head, answers.
Oh, good. You're here. Come on in.
Interior house continuous. Stan and the guys enter to find several people dressed the exact same way as the leader. They all stand around a giant bowl of punch, which sits on a table.
Oh, we're in a bit of a hurry. We have a comet to catch. Now, according to the laws of Zargon, we need an outsider to deliver the poison, which will return us to our home planet. You must be the chosen ones because since you were the first to reply to our post on Craigslist.
Roger leans into Bad Larry.
How awesome is Craigslist?
That's how I met my hiking buddy and that bitch who stole all my stuff.
Okay, now, which one of you will be releasing us to freedom?
Roger squeezes Stan's neck.
Our boy Stan right here.
The leader hands Stan a vial and gestures to the bowl. Stan walks over to the bowl, uncorks the poison, and hesitates. He begins to sweat and his hands start to shake.
Is there a problem?
The members quickly get impatient.
Come on.
What are you waiting
Come on,
for?
hurry up! Do it!
Stan turns and hands the leader the vial of poison.
Right now is my acting class. I'm letting down my scene partner.
Stan exits to the front door and we hear his loud footsteps as he runs off.
So I like your shower cap. Sells crazy right away.
Exterior Interior Smith House next day. A pissed-off Roger paces on the front porch, checking his watch. A van pulls up to the house with the words, Citizens Protest Caucus, airbrushed on the side. Haley and Stan get out, both holding giant baskets of blueberries. Stan wears a big gardening hat, oversized sunglasses, an apron, and Crocs.
There you are. I've been calling your cell all morning. I got you a part in a snuff film. You'll be killing Stacy Keach. What is this outfit? I don't get this.
I was picking blueberries for peace with my daughter. Or was I kidding? I'm just a wimpy non-killer who doesn't have the guts to end another human's life.
I'll set up the juicer so we can make empathy smoothies.
Yeah.
An excited Haley runs in the house as Steve, Snot, Toshi, and Barry emerge. They're all dressed in unitards.
I see you've noticed our unitards. We're trying out for gymnastics, that's right. I'm defying you with a handspring.
Steve does a terrible handspring on the log. Toshi walks up to Stan. I'm in a dance skin, yet you are the one who is shamed. They all walk off. Stan calls after them.
Good luck. Wish me luck on bottling my own preserves.
Roger slaps the basket out of Stan's hands.
My blueberries!
Look at yourself. Look at what you've become. You're not going to find the one picking blueberries.
Give it up, Roger. There is no one. That person doesn't exist. No one is just gonna magically fall into my lap.
Just then, they hear the chimes of an ice cream truck. They turn to see Randy, the pedophile from earlier, driving an old pickup truck. And the back too. Act 3, exterior house A. Stan frantically bangs on the front door. A kindly-looking older woman answers.
Are you Randy's mother? I need to find your son. He drove off with my boy.
Oh, dear. Randy used to work at the water park before the Troubles. You might want to check there.
Stan runs off. Randy's mother calls after him.
He also kills cats, so, you know.
Exterior, wet, young, and wild. The water park. Randy happily walks to the water park wearing only flip-flops and dolphin shorts with lollipops sticking out of the waistband. There are 2 lollipops, a space, then one more. Widen to reveal the boys, still in their unitards, walking with him, very happily licking a lollipop.
Oh,
that's your line?
Place. What an awesome place. Thanks for bringing us, Randy.
No problem. Hey, you kids sometimes kiss your pillow and pretend it's one of the little rascals?
No.
Me neither. How would you boys like to see the old mattress in my secret spy lair behind the waterfall?
They look at each other for a beat, then...
Yeah!
I am uneasy.
Son is about to be molested.
$65.
65? That's outrageous.
If you have a soda can, you get it for half price.
I hope my son's still about to be molested. I need a half-price ticket.
I'm sorry, I can't accept the full can. It has to be empty.
Polar bears shouldn't give this to their babies.
Alright, let him have. Some people work for a living.
You guys need tickets.
CIA.
Wow, that bums me out.
Hurry, Alice Wallet owner, out of my way.
Chili told us what happened. We got here as soon as we could.
Spread out and find the boys. There's not a moment to lose.
Look, sir, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm Batman, and I really needed Cheryl.
Interior alcove behind the waterfall. Steve, Snot, Barry, and Toshi jump up and down on an old mattress as Randy sits off to the side, spraying them with liquid butter.
See? Isn't playing popcorn fun?
I'm on Lipitor!
Snot leans over and whispers to Steve. Something doesn't seem right here.
Yeah. At the very least, we should have popped by now.
Randy stops squirting them with butter and stands up, his arms spread wide.
I'm the salt. All the colonels have to wrestle me to get salted.
Steve and Snot share a concerned look. Goodbye, sweet virtue. Giggling with glee, Barry starts to run towards Randy when Stan bursts through the waterfall, gun drawn.
Freeze, dirtbag!
Dad!
The boys run over to Stan, who has his gun aimed right at Randy. He cocks it.
It's all over, Randy. Time to die.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Aren't you going to apologize and beg for your life?
No, look, I'm a sex offender. I love offensive sex. I offend people with the sex I have. That's who I am, and that's who I'll always be.
Stan slowly lowers his gun.
My God, boys, we can all take a page from Randy the Molester's book. He's comfortable with who he is, and I should be as well.
The boys look at him, confused.
So I'm not a killer. If it happens for me and I kill someone, great. If not, fine. But it's not going to be what defines me. I don't need to kill someone to prove anything to you, to myself, or anyone else.
Steve looks down at the ground, sheepish.
Thanks for saving us. I'm sorry for the way I acted. Just because you haven't killed anyone doesn't mean you're not a great dad.
Steve and Stan hug. Randy watches this very closely.
Yeah, that's nice.
Stan breaks the hug.
You're going away for a long time, Randy.
Not as long as you might think.
What do you mean?
Well, I've got a great lawyer, and my mom's got a ton of money. I'll be back out on the streets in no time.
Stan considers this for a beat, then once again raises his gun and aims it at Randy.
I don't think so.
Stan fires his gun, and the screen goes to white. We cut to Wet, Young, and Wild later. Randy in handcuffs is being put into the back of a police squad car. Pan over to an ambulance where Bad Larry lies on a gurney. Stan, Roger, and Ray stand around him.
Once again, Bad Larry, I am so sorry.
Can't believe you fired a shot that completely missed Randy and went through the waterfall, hitting Bad Larry, who was on the other side.
They stare at Roger.
What? I'm just trying to make sure we're all clear.
I'm not gonna make it.
Bad Larry takes Stan's hand.
See, Stan, it was me all along. I was your one. And you didn't even know it.
Bad Larry.
Hey, no tears, you. I am one bad Larry.
Stan squeezes his hand tighter.
I'll never forget you, Bad Larry. You'll always be my first.
I'm glad it was me. And I shall become more powerful. Than you could possibly imagine.
With that, Bad Larry dies. Stan and the others look confused.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, who cares? He's dead.
Roger walks off. Ray hands Stan a corn dog.
I know it's just a corn dog, but you'll never forget it. Where did I park my car?
Ray wanders away. Interior Smith living room later. Francine folds laundry and Haley gathers up a protest sign as Stan and Steve enter. Stan has the same swagger he had at the top of the show.
Daddy, you're just in time to go with me to pick raspberries for justice.
Go to hell, Haley. That's not who I am.
He turns to Steve.
Now go take off that unitard or I'll kill you.
You so would.
Steve runs off as Stan scoops up Francine and carries her up the stairs.
Did you kill someone?
Yep.
Did you wash the blood off your hands?
I sure didn't, honey. I sure didn't.
Stan touches the tip of Francine's nose playfully with his finger, leaving a dot of blood. She giggles. They exit up the stairs, passing Klaus, who sits in his bowl on a credenza. He stares at camera.
Here it is. My big chance. Last line of the show. Oh, I've got an area. Something about Rutger Hauer. No, wait! No! Box local news, no!
This is our cut to local news as we come to the end of the show.
Thank you so much.
Can I buy weed from you at some point?
So that was awesome. We really appreciate that. That's a tremendous, ovation for that. We love that. We're gonna bring out a couple of other people who've been part of the show from the beginning. Ron Hugar and Kara Vallo, who are our head animation director and our producer. Hi. So, whenever you guys, do you guys have some questions for us?
I just want to say,
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite get
I just want to say Pam Cook directed those clips that you guys saw. I don't know if you mentioned that, Matt.
Oh yeah, Pam. We love Pam. Give a round for Pam. So that's just the beginning. I'm sorry, I don't see. What?
No questions.
So I don't know if anybody has any questions. If we don't have questions, it's fine. We have
look
another
who it
clip
is.
if we.
First of all, hilarious voice that y'all voiced. Hilarious episode that you guys voiced, so yeah.
Thank you.
Seth, I was wondering, is there any way that's possible that you guys could do a miniseries, which is like a major crossover Family Guy and American Dad, which like the Smiths meet the Griffins? And is it possible that you guys are going to be trying to be working on a Family Guy movie since The Simpsons their movie's like premiering tonight and all?
Well, the miniseries I think died in the 80s. Although North and South with Patrick Swayze was a great piece of work. Actually was really good. V was good, right? Yeah, Scott said V was good. A crossover has been talked about, like a full, start to finish Family Guy meets American Dad thing is not currently in the works. There is, in an upcoming episode of Family Guy, an appearance by a couple of American Dad characters, without giving too much away, which is kind of a nice marriage of the two series. And as far as a Family Guy movie, again, we have been talking about it for a while. The trick is to find a way to do it and do a series at the same time, because it takes like 7 days a week to do an animated series, and that's why The Simpsons took so long, is they had to figure out how the hell you do a movie and a series at the same time. So I hope it will happen soon.
Right. Thanks. Oh yeah, and whatever happens in Saudi Arabia stays in Saudi Arabia.
Nice, absolutely.
Good job.
Scott can throw his voice.
Next.
Hi.
There's a girl here. It's a nice top. What's your question? I'm actually serious. It's a very.
I see. I always see the similarities between Life of Larry and Family Guy. What was your big inspiration to start American Dad?
We hated Bush.
For some reason, that hasn't changed much.
It was during the election that we were, that Mike and Matt and I were coming up with American Dad, and it really came out of all of our frustrations with the fact that it looked like this guy was going to win again. And that really was, that was kind of the genesis of it. I mean, we thought, how do we do the modern day All in the Family that, capitalizes on the same type of polarization throughout the country that we saw in the 70s that we're seeing now. And that was sort of the genesis of the show.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much for creating both shows.
Thank you.
Hi, Seth. I love all the stuff you just throw in all your shows, American Dad and Family Guy, the little nods to, Transformers and just, everything. Can you talk about some of the influences, maybe you growing up, and what kind of inspired you?
Well, for all of us, and I do want to give credit where credit is due, because on American Dad on a daily basis, my involvement is
fairly limited, and Matt here and his partner Mike, you know, this is what you saw, the writing of this. This is these two talented gentlemen here.
Well, thank you very much. It's all credit to my staff, writers. I have the most, we have the most amazing people around us, so I love them and Mike loves them, and thank you for enjoying it, though.
You know, I mean, you have a room full of about 17 writers on each show, and everyone comes with their own set of, you know, references and things that they watched when they were kids. I mean, you know, I watched all the stuff that I was fed as a kid. When I watched G.I. Joe, the Transformers, the Thundercats. I'm so surprised that that would get a round of applause here. Jason the Wheeled Warriors. Mask, you know that thing with the trucks?
Gem?
Yeah. Gem and the what? And the holograms. And then the Misfits were the bad guys, right? See, I know what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, I'd like to say first of all that I just love your show. I think that all the material it's hilarious. So I wanted to ask, when it comes to writing material and coming up with new concepts and new jokes, given that you have two different shows, do you have difficulty dividing it between two shows evenly without copying one another? Or?
Well, there is, we do talk about, amongst the, all of us, we do talk about
occasionally we overlap, and
yeah.
we have to kind of say, oh, you're gonna get this joke, and we're gonna get this joke, kind of thing at times. But mostly, they're fairly two different shows, so we try to, if there is an overlap, we kind of discuss it beforehand to kind of make sure that, we're leaning towards this area. So whoever got to there first, basically, is mostly the guy who gets it. But it's a race. Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm curious about your kind of early on. Everything I've read was that you started as a storyboard artist, and then magically you had Family Guy. It seriously jumps that drastically. I'm trying to kind of get into that agent thing, and it's kind of a pain to get in while you're young and all that, and getting started. So I'm just kind of curious how you transitioned. Did you meet someone through Nickelodeon, or did you meet a side agent thing, or how did that work?
There's no clear answer to that question. There's no right way to do it. I will tell you from myself, I started working at Hanna-Barbera on a show called Johnny Bravo. And yeah, you worked on that show, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Dee did a lot of voices on Johnny Bravo. In fact, I met Dee back when I was at Hanna-Barbera, and
back in the Shire.
Yeah, back in the. He did this gay German voice that I never forgot.
Runter und rein, so ist es fein, jawohl.
But as far as, I'll tell you what I did is I made a film that I was designed to get laughs. It was designed to be able to be handed over to anyone, anywhere, hopefully an executive at a network or a studio, and make them laugh. And a lot of the jokes that you saw in the Family Guy pilot, a lot of those jokes were from, or some of those jokes were from this this student film that I had done in college, which was designed expressly just to get laughs. And again, the more you have to pitch with, if you have a script and you have some character descriptions, great. If you have a piece of film to show, even better.
So you showed it around where you were working and got the attention of.
It got the attention of Fox, and it was also happened to be right around the time that King of the Hill was starting to become a success, and everyone was looking for animation, so that helps too.
So you were sending it out to various different studios like that? Cool. Great. Well, thanks.
I thought it was mafia connections.
So one of my
Isn't
favorite
Wendy
guest
hot?
stars- Whoa there, buddy.
Four people
Okay.
clapped.
One of my favorite guest stars is Adam Carolla. I love him. Is he coming back a lot next season?
Who?
Adam Carolla.
Adam Carolla.
That's tomorrow, dude.
That's what I said, dickweed. Adam Carolla is coming back. He will be back.
Good to know.
All right, we got that covered.
I just wanted to first off say thank you for finally getting the FCC off of our back and being able to let TV go as far as you've been able to let it go. And I am not worthy.
The FCC is, it's still on our back.
Oh no, I understand it's still on
It's
your
as
back,
bad as
but at
ever.
least you were able to relieve the pressure. and God bless you for that. I will salute you and no one else.
Well, thank you very much.
Other question that I have is, I've noticed that, you have seemed to have put your magic fingers into a whole bunch of different shows. I've seen you in Robot Chicken.
Not just that.
Magic Singers. I just want to be able to get a list so I can at least go out
Did you
and
catch that?
perform.
You couldn't say that with the FCC.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any other shows that nobody really knows that you've been into so that I can go out and find them?
Shows that I like?
Well, no, it shows that you have been into, like how you've done guest voices for Robot Chicken and how you were in Johnny Bravo and doing all stuff like that.
I did a Gilmore Girls. You can go by that.
I will go by it then.
I did do a Gilmore Girls. I did Gilmore Girls and I did 2 episodes of Star Trek Enterprise. That's about it.
Okay. All right, well then thank you very much.
Hey, I was just wondering, what was the big mystery or big thing about Roger's golden turd? And will that be continued?
That's a very good question.
I bet that cadence drives the ladies wild. Nobody gets in here, man. It's a labyrinth in there.
It is deep.
Matt?
I'll be honest with you. We're right now in the process of breaking stories, or that's developing stories for our 4th season. Even though none of you have seen our 3rd season yet, and we plan. Don't expect to see them in the 3rd season. I'm sorry to say, but in the 4th season we will be continuing the saga. So I can't tell you what that will be, but it will be continuing.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Hi, another token female here. Thank you all so much. This was wonderful. A lot of fun.
Thank you.
I love your work, Seth. I love your voice. You have the sexiest voice on
Well,
television.
thank you.
I'm probably going to be shunned for asking this question at a comic convention, but I'm actually a huge musical theater fan.
Okay.
Love musical theater, and you clearly have a fabulous singing voice, and you've clearly had some training and some background in musical theater. Can you tell us more?
I can actually. I trained in
Here
high
he
school.
goes.
I'm a huge fan of that genre as well. I am obsessively so. We use a 40-piece orchestra for each show every week.
Really?
Yep. And I trained when I came out to when we started doing Family Guy. I had not trained for a while, but I started training with an elderly couple, both in their 90s, who trained Sinatra in the 50s and they trained Streisand in the 70s, and they're like the best there is, and they've helped me a lot as we've done the musical numbers for both shows. So I've taken that quite seriously. Yes.
Do you write the numbers, or?
I write lyrics for Family Guy and for American Dad. The lyrics are written by
our writers.
By the writers for that show. But occasionally I play the piano, but I can't arrange for orchestra. I would love to be able to do that, but we have 2 very, very, very talented composers. One of whom is Ron Jones, who wrote the Star Trek episode Best of Both Worlds.
Woo, Ron Jones!
Yeah. Board, you know what I'm talking about? And then Walter Murphy, who wrote the Fifth Beethoven from Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, wow.
And,
And real quick, do you have a favorite musical composer, or?
Favorite, my favorite movie is The Sound of Music. Yeah, well, all the ladies are cheering, so I don't give a shit. But probably the finest piece of musical theater ever put down. Probably Lerner and Lowe is My Fair Lady. I mean, what else can you give us?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We got one more question.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, basically, I can see like where some of the
You are
where
adorable.
you get some of the ideas.
We can
I
spell
see where
that.
you get some of the ideas for the jokes you get, but some of them like don't really. I don't really. It's like they don't. Doesn't really they have any. It doesn't really have any sort of like I can't really see any sort of connection or reference, but so did the jokes that come sort of like from weird dreams you guys have? Because if that's the case, I could really totally apply for writers.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Are you saying you don't get some of the jokes?
Yeah, and I just want. Where do you get the idea of some
You
of those
need magic
jokes?
fingers to get these jokes.
Well, even if I check online, I get.
Once
still
you have
doesn't
sex,
say,
more of them will come.
there are quite clearly some jokes that don't really have any sort of reference, so I just want to know.
How old are you?
Wait, is your name Harry Altman?
How old are you?
Do you get like some of the jokes from so I imagine some of the most.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
12.
Yeah, probably.
My God.
Well, I have
My
seen like
voice
a
has
bunch of old
changed when I was
series.
12.
What's your name?
Okay, it's quite clear that do some of the jokes like come for your.
Jane, we'll be happy to talk to you outside. I'm sorry that we have a time limit on the room, but you guys, thank you.